They do the good thing of remaining silent, but wakifika huko wanaambia ati shika full stop andika. They use right what we call right to remain silent. But let me tell you something interesting. When you are called to a police station, yes, you have the right to remain silent, but that silence also covers the right for you to say absolutely nothing. You know, when it comes to dating, a man always has that one particular girl that they have stayed on with for so long, but the decision not to marry that girl was already made years ago.
Oh my God,
or even one day after dating. The only time the man ends up to marry that woman is because maybe his options have failed.
What's your I am broke amount?
Ushaenda hospitali ya Kenya ukapata there's a therapy there. Watu tu wanakuwa tu mental health day. We are going to do a walk
And that's all.
And that's all. Na kupanda tree. Watajiexpress aje kwa walk.
The day Raila lost 2013, my father was depressed, man. My role model was the late Raila Amolo Odinga. I used to even have a picture of Raila.
I didn't say even my role model.
Oh yeah, your role model.
I don't have.
Okay, I want us to jump in.
Where? Relax.
Yeah, we are having a conversation with three of us.
This is my interview. This is my interview. They say ladies first.
Yeah, ladies first. She's looking at me. She wants me to introduce myself first.
You're gonna start.
It's ladies first.
Exactly.
We don't have to follow that rule here.
So we're gonna just start.
Hi, I'm Vivian Achieng, podcast host. What else? Biochemist, I think.
You forgotten to start. I'm graduate.
Yes, you should Peter.
Yeah, you graduate. Yeah, you guys.
Sure, Peter. Like 2 months ago, but yeah, nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
And now we go to the men.
Yeah, he's talked about graduating. I've also graduated recently. I'm Adrian Oluoch. I'm a lawyer and an advocate trainee at Kenya School of Law. Went to the same school with my nigga here. And I'm happy to be here today. And let's have some fun discussion.
Yeah, nice. Before I even start this talk or conversation, I want to thank you guys. It was very smooth reaching you guys out.
Definitely.
It was very, very smooth. Let me assure you guys, it was, let me say easy and at the same time not easy to reach them because I just approached them.
Yeah.
And we had a date. We went to business and it was all set. So thank you guys. It's a pleasure.
Yes.
Nakutumia invoice.
We have to support you until you're there.
Yeah, for sure. Let me start with Vivian or Adrian.
Adrian.
Rock, paper, scissors.
She'll definitely say
Rock, paper, scissors.
if you ask her, who should we start with? She'll definitely say me.
Okay.
Adrian.
So don't even ask her. Just tell her, can you talk about this?
Okay. Okay, let's start the show. Who's Vivian? Yeah, who's
That's
Vivian?
why nilisema anza na Adrian.
Tuanze. Be confident.
But hey, that's actually a very hard question. But then niko kwa process of figuring out who Vivian is, because again it's a learning curve. You learn, you unlearn. But at the moment, I'm just a girl trying to figure out life after school. Yeah.
She forgot to say she is a podcaster by the way. I expected her to say I'm a podcaster at Conversations with V. I'm also a graduate from Chuka University with a degree in...
You need to advertise the school now. They have paid me.
By the way, on a serious note, yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah. So Adrian, who's Adrian?
She's you know, if you tell someone who is it, it's definitely very deep or philosophical, because she's right. We are all trying to figure things out,
sure.
Especially now that we've just finished school recently. But what I particularly do, I'm definitely working in a law firm right now as a practicing lawyer, not as a practicing advocate. I'm also a young leader trying to be a young politician. I'm also a content creator just like you. I make content on TikTok about, law issues, sometimes also social commentary issues, and just churn out legal issues. And also aside from that, I'm a philanthropist. I involve myself in a lot of charity, a lot of non-governmental works. Those are the objective things about myself. But who I am deeply, I'm also trying to figure this thing about life and just know myself.
Nice. Now let's talk about you guys.
Who is Fabian?
Who is Fabian? Type she.
Yeah, but we are having a conversation with 3 people.
Nice. But you guys know me, but let me just do this for the sake of them. Okay, I'm Fabian. I'm a content creator. I'm a podcaster. I'm an event organizer at Groove Entertainment, and I'm also a student currently at Achieng University, year 4.2. So in few months' time, I'll be like you guys.
Congrats.
So yeah. So
don't have those receipts and remarks.
No. I'm gonna graduate. Trust me,
I had problem. I also had problems up to the last time I was graduating.
Yeah, obviously.
Lecturers have a sometimes it's not about you doing an exam. It's about
them having a problem with you.
Exactly. Of the person handling it.
So you have to like handle those situations way much earlier prior graduation.
Before umalizane na hizo vitu zote.
Nice. How's your life been after graduation? Like, how's your life been? What's something you've been doing? What's something that you has come as a surprise after graduation? Let's have that conversation. From changing your location from Chuka to either Nairobi, Kisumu. Let's have that conversation. How's it been?
Yeah, definitely. Should I be the one starting?
One thing, Nico's so certain. I'm not sad about changing my location.
You're happy.
I'm actually very happy. Yeah, but kuna a lot of things that just not change. I think the most important one, you lose your friends.
You lose your friends, for
You
sure.
lose your friends.
That is true. Very true.
Yeah, unajipata alafu pia kuna time yenye hiyo transition period. Yeah. You don't, it's fresh from school. Alafu also unafeel kama uko purgatory. Yeah. Yenye uko not in school but also not doing anything.
Yeah, you still feel like a
in
student
between.
and you still feel like you
An adult.
Yeah, an adult.
Because now, let me add something on that. Because now unaweza pata ulikuwa unasupportiwa na mzazi, sasa all of a sudden tena pia yeye amesema
there is no that entitlement. Sasa kumuuliza pesa tena.
Yeah, kuna uko ndio hiyo umbrella ya mzazi. Alafu pia the thought of kwanza kujitegemea is like I mean,
yeah, for sure. What about you, Adrian? What have you been up to since you wore that gown?
Oh, what have been
actually before you wore that.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
we were out of school before wearing
5 months prior.
Yeah, 5 months prior before wearing the gown. So, particularly what I've been up to is not something different or unique. So it's just the same like any other person, because one of the instincts after graduation is definitely survival. Want to hit a job, want to do something that's just going to give us money. Okay, definitely I've been working with law firms, a lot of non-governmental organization, just in the capacity as a intern, as a lawyer. But aside from that, what I've been up to that I've loved the most is trying to create value for myself as an individual. The things we're doing right now, such as content creation, I've created content a lot online. That has opened a lot of opportunities for me. I've also tried doing politicking. I've been affiliated with a lot of political parties, a lot of politicians. Yeah. So
we saw you in Obina's show some time back. You had a clash with a lawyer.
Exactly. If you want to also progress, the one aspect of creating value for yourself is to be able to confidently challenge the people who exist and the systems that exist. Sure. Let's say, for example, in law, how are people going to know that you're a good lawyer if you cannot challenge the best lawyers? You definitely have to do it.
That's
in politics, you also have to challenge the leaders that are there. In content creation, you also have to challenge the people who are the podcasters who are there. Are they doing something that you don't like? You confidently have to speak about it. So that is just what I've been up to. Trying to survive, trying to also create value for myself.
Nice. Okay, now let's jump into a topic that has been in this podcast, even in the internet, in schools, something called mental health. I'm sure you guys have heard that topic online, either in school, in class, or even out there, maybe your colleagues where you guys work. Do you think mental health is taken seriously nowadays, either in schools, either outside there where you guys are working, either where you guys are living. Yeah, do you think is it taken seriously, and what's your point of view in how to deal with mental health?
So for me, the issue of mental health, there's this word that spawns so much on TikTok. They say performative. Something is performative. Yeah. So I've always felt like the way we are doing mental health has been performative in the same way. We are taking things such as climate change. Most organizations are just thinking about it in that way. But if you look at mental health, the real problem with mental health is that we do not have that social structure
For sure.
that actually advocates or caters for the issues of mental health. Look at the issues such as therapy. How accessible is therapy to the normal and average person in hospital? Public hospitals, like in places yenye kuna a developed social structure kama US nini, it is available in part of the public healthcare system. Ushaenda hospitali ya Kenya ukapata there's a therapy there.
But kunazo there are hospitals zenye huwa zinaoffer free therapy, lakini ni kidogo. And it's not even therapy in some sense. It's not even it's counseling in fact. Ukienda hata hizi hospital mingi, they just do counseling for you, not really therapy. Unajua therapy is a very different thing. It is a retainer, you're handling this person, you keep contacting them and all. So that we don't have that social structure that is needed. So unajua the problem is tukikuwa tuna any issues of mental health, watu tu wanakuwa tuna mental health day, we are going to do a walk
and that's all.
And that's all. Na kupanda tree. Na nimeona ni kama every company, every school, that is what they do once a year to talk about mental health.
Not even twice a week.
Exactly. So look at an institution like Chuka. Why haven't you guys ever thought about that? We have a dispensary, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we have a facility for, therapy and mental issues?
Even once a week, on weekends.
Because we have medical practitioners that are catered to just handle these kind of things. So you see, those are structures that you put in place so that they can solve that specific problem. But these performative issues of we are doing a walk, we are doing what, does not really solve the issues of mental health. Because unajua mental health, it needs to be approached in a sense whereby that person is, in a safe space.
In a safe place
you can sit with someone.
He or she can express themselves.
So how? What I express, I go walk.
Yeah, that's
of course, it's good for awareness at Katai, but after the awareness, what are we doing next?
Nothing happens. But for me, I think a whole thing in a stem from for somebody. In as much as mental health is just a sickness, kama like any sickness. Mtu akikuwa physically sick, you can see like, ni mgonjwa anaumia hapa, lakini with mental health you can't see. So people wanna dismiss because how do you say, for example, you tell your mom, mom, me siski tu like, okay, like I'm like, niko na stress. I'm like, what do you mean you're stressed? Sina kupata chakula, you're not paying rent.
You don't have
what is giving you stress? Why are you stressed?
It's always like that.
Go look something to do. Maybe you're just idle, that's why. But I feel like to your point here, some people don't see it, so they don't know how to react to it. Alafu kuna hanga pia ile mentality isn't it people didn't know kitambo, they came it's a depression, whatever. It's only mambo ya wazungu. Just be African, so
it felt like a privilege. In fact, the reason why we are seeing it as a privilege, by the way, ni kwa sababu pia tuna hizo social structures. Ndio maana sasa tunaona ni privilege. Sasa you have to be paying a lot of money for you to get it. So tunaona ni kama hii ni kitu yenye wazungu wana afford. Sisi hatuwezi afford kukaa kwa therapy and just talk about our issues. So ndio maana those structures are important.
I think even kulikuwa na a point in time when you tell somebody you're in therapy and they're like, what do you mean you're in therapy?
Exactly.
Why are you paying somebody to sit across you and you tell them your problems?
That's very nice. To be really honest, therapy sessions are very expensive, man.
Very, very expensive.
People can't afford those sessions. Since we have a lawyer on the table on the set today, we want to switch this conversation to, let's say, not political though, but let me say educative sessions about law. Let me just start with that way. So I'm gonna ask you, what do you think, since you are a lawyer, what rights or what laws do you think young people have that they don't know these are their rights? You can educate them today.
Oh, that is
shikwe na polisi aseme, you know what, I actually know my rights.
Yeah. So that's my question.
Oh my God, I can't think. You know the problem when you talk about rights. Oh my God, we have an entire booklet of the entire Constitution. So I don't know which right I can specifically pick.
Okay, just pick one.
Okay, let me say one interesting right that you have, and I want to explain it broadly. There is this right that we call right to remain silent, right? So you already know about it for a police officer.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something interesting. When you are called to a police station, yes, you have the right to remain silent, but that silence also covers the right for you to say absolutely nothing.
During that
absolutely period. Nothing until even when you're presented in court, even if that police officer tells you, can you please write a statement on what happened? You still have the right not to write the statement. Because I see the mistake is, yes, when people are arrested, they have a right to remain silent. So they remain silent at that point. But the moment they're taken to the police station, they're told, can you write a statement? So they start writing a statement because they feel like they're really legally obligated. But according to how the law is structured, you are supposed to remain silent, not even write any statement.
You see?
The reason why that happens is because there is something we call the burden of proof. So the burden of proof is always, in criminal cases, is always on the prosecution. So even if you have a criminal case, you can remain silent until the case ends, but it's the prosecution to prove your case. So you're not allowed to write any statement. Don't say anything. Apart from saying anything, don't write anything.
You see, that's what I wanted you to bring out here. Because personally, I could have written in a statement.
I tell them a lot, you know, like even my friends, they do the good thing of remaining silent.
Yeah, for sure.
But wakifika huko wanaambia ati shika full scarf andika. After they start writing.
Yeah, for sure.
So there is no difference. You've already started talking. With that particular.
So the best solution is to like wait for your lawyer or somebody who's going to
solution is to tell them I'm not legally obligated to tell you anything about the case. I have the right to remain silent. That also covers me not writing the statement, not just remaining silent with my mouth, but also that particular statement. And when it comes to criminal case, you have a burden to prove what I've done. So my work is just to remain silent and only talk when I want to defend myself.
For sure, you see, that's something that I didn't know. Any other?
I have so many.
Yeah, give another one. We have time. Give one. We want to get these people.
I have too many.
Let's touch on one, then we jump to another thing.
No, let's go. Okay, you know, the moment I start expounding on things, it becomes low.
Yeah, for sure. And let me start with Vivian. What inspires you in life? Like, what will you say inspires you to like just wake up?
The thought of being average.
And in addition, who's your role model?
It depends now where. Yeah. For example, if you come to podcasting, because that is something I've been trying to do.
Be consistent. I've been pushing you to though.
Lazima ungeshine. So tangazia dunia mzima because siko consistent.
Hauko consistent, Vivian.
So, but I think when it comes to like podcasting and stuff, Adele Onyango for sure. I love Adele.
Yeah,
Vibaya sana. Also Kwambox. Who else? I think those two at the moment. Oh, Glow. Kuna Glowful. There is a podcast called You Better Ask Somebody. The host is called Glowful. Yeah, definitely. So it depends on what space. Alafu pia when it comes to career wise.
Adrian, not about you. What inspires you most in life? And who's your role model? And why?
For me, it's philosophy. My inspiration. When you ask me about inspiration, what I mean, you're asking me something that keeps me going.
Yeah, sure.
So for me, I'm a lover of philosophy. I read a lot of philosophy. So I'm an existentialist in some way. So I've always believed that someday we'll die. All this will be meaningless. So we'll not be here. So why don't I just do what I want to do? Because at the end of the day, I'll die. Every human being has always had that feeling.
Yeah.
Like you sit down and you say, why am I not doing this? And at the end of the day, I'll just die. Or maybe you're going through a certain suffering and you feel like, why am I stressing over this so much? and at the end of the day, we'll all die. So there is a certain thing, they call it in existentialism, or maybe even absurdism in philosophy. They explain it so well. So those are the things that keeps me going. I know that someday I'll not be here. So why should I be afraid to embarrass myself? Why should I be afraid to say certain things, to do certain things? So I want to do it because I know I'll be gone.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I want us to jump in.
Where? Relax.
Yeah, we are having a conversation, the three of us.
This is my interview. This is my interview.
You're coming for interactive sessions.
Interactive session. Okay, so what's your question?
What question 2 Lisa, what's
inspires me in life?
Yeah, and who's your role model and stuff?
Oh, I didn't say even my role model.
Oh yeah, your role model.
I don't have one. You can go on.
You don't have a role model?
What is a role model actually?
Someone who you look up to that inspires you.
No, I don't.
Okay.
You just learn from human beings.
So you don't have a role model?
I don't think so.
Okay, let me start there. My role model was the late Raila Amolo Odinga. I used to love that. You see, let me give you guys a brief history about how I was born and how I knew Raila. Okay, so me, I remember the elections were 2013, the first the 2013 election was my first. So my father is a die-hard fan of Raila. My uncle is a die-hard fan of Raila. Though my mother was not a Raila guy, was a Uhuru person in that by that time. So I grew up being behind my father's back.
Yeah,
so I loved Raila so much, and my father used to read books that were written about Raila, even about the father's books. There's this book that the father wrote.
Not Yet Freedom.
Not Yet Freedom, exactly. My father used to read.
It's Not Yet Freedom, but it's Not Yet Uhuru, like
something like that. I saw that book in my father's room. My father was always reading that book. So I was always curious, why is my father so passionate about the Railas or the Odingas? So when I was growing up, Raila in our house, we even have a picture of Raila. You see, the day Raila lost 2013, my father was depressed, man. My father was depressed.
One thing we can never ignore the power that Raila had in
for sure. So me, I just wanted to know this guy Raila. So I was doing research with Raila, the way this guy studied, this guy fought for us. So I loved Raila so much. He was always willing to speak for those who didn't have those voice to speak. So I loved that guy. So let me say Raila was my role model. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Motivation.
What's your question?
So ilikuwa, who's your role model and nini na inspire in life?
Okay, me, the way Adrian just said, what inspires me in life is the power of doing something that you know you can do it. The way I always tell you, Vivian.
Hey,
you know very well you're a podcaster,
a good speaker, but you don't have the confidence. You're doubting yourself.
So I always do what I can. So long as I can do it, I always do it. So long as I can do a mistake and rectify it, keep moving. That's the case. So me always say, if I can do content creation, let me do it until I die. Exactly. If I can do this, let me be just hard on that part. So basically, if you're out there thinking you can't do anything, my advice is this: no human is limited. The way Kipchoge said,
exactly.
No human is limited. You can do it. Who are you not to do it? Okay, let's jump into quick fire questions. Who am I going to start with?
Start with me, no problem.
Adrian,
yes,
Vivian.
thank you.
I'm letting her off the hook.
Okay, Adrian.
Yeah.
What's something you can't do without as a boy or as a man? Not a boy though.
Is it an object, like something I can't do
without? Okay, what's something you can't do without as Adrian? Let me put it that way.
Oh my god,
like your phone
or lip gloss.
Lip gloss is crazy, Adrian.
Probably my laptop.
Your laptop?
Yeah, I'm always on my laptop, so not even my phone.
What's something
I'm always on my laptop.
What's something you can't do without?
Lip gloss and Vaseline.
Lip gloss and Vaseline. What's your I am broken?
What is one thing you can't do without?
Vivian.
Yes.
I'm the host. Vivian, I'll insist. Okay. What's something you can't do without me is my phone. Like I always have my phone even in the toilet though.
I will do
Yeah. What's your I am broke amount? Feel free.
You know what? 200 bob.
200. What's your I am broke amount, Adrian?
My broke amount can be 0, can be negative.
In fact,
I don't care about
Jesus.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
The next question. What's the biggest red flag about yourself that you think we should know in this podcast today, right now?
Kwani unataka nijianike hivi kwa public platform?
Aya, tuanze na yeye sasa.
You need to make work easier for people.
Lakini
I think for me personally, my biggest weakness ni overthinking na also caring a lot. I think that's a weakness and also a strength. Lakini inafika point to like una overcare. So overthinking. Jesus.
A big red flag about yourself, Adrian.
Red flag, I think sometimes no, I don't want to say it.
You fear to say.
Okay, my red flag about me is sometimes I like to scrutinize a lot of things. Yeah, scrutinize friendship, relationships, and just all. So sometimes you might come out as egotistic, arrogant a little bit. But sometimes you realize that it is very important in life.